Mortal Kombat. Now, when I say that word, it's two words. I'm stupid. Sorry, the script. I'm dumb. Whatever. When I say those words, what do you think of? I think of this. Oh yeah. So, Mortal Kombat is a multimedia beast of a franchise that has been going on for long. The new game came out at sometime, I don't know, but let me tell you, it's sexy. Okay, but real quick, something I want to bring up. I just figured this out once I actually started getting this all set up. But look at this. Look. Not that. Look, why does that that's not happening? It's not supposed to be like that. For me, it's solid orange, but like when I this is red, right? That's red. This is orange, and then it progresses. If I can just aim right. And it goes more and more yellow. And then it just stops. That's yellow, by the way. It's not yellow, but it's supposed to be. I don't know, I just thought that was cool. Anyways, when you start up the game, you're greeted by
Mortal Kombat 1. Press the cross button.
Not gonna lie, that shit scared me. Like, no joke, it actually made me jump in my chair when it happened. It was unexpected, and every time I start up the game now, I got PTSD flashbacks from that. It's Mortal Kombat. So the game opens, we get to see this cute little intro of Fire God Liu Kang creating this new universe, this new timeline, this perfect little creation of his. It's so cute, look at it. Also, side note, but I swear at the end of MK11, Liu Kang was the god of lightning and fire, but I guess he just decided he wanted to be less cool, and he was like, no, fuck the lightning, I just want to be god of fire. Look at me, I'm so humble, I'm just a god of one thing and not two things. I'm lame now. Fucking bitch. Okay, so whatever. The cutscene has Liu Kang talking. He's like, blah, I created the universe, blah, blah, blah. Look at me, I'm so cool. Boom! Logo. And then it transitions directly and perfectly, might I add, into the main menu here. And let me just say, man, I thought it was cool, okay? It was, it's cool, okay? So we got a few choices here. We can explore invasions. We can do some towers. You know, we got local, we got online, and we got story mode, which I'm gonna save for last, because of chapter 15. So first, let me talk about graphics, because let me tell you, this game is B-E-A-W beautiful. I mean, definitely the best looking Mortal Kombat game. There are actual colors here. Look, no more poopy colors. Bye poopy colors. Look at this. This shit is pink. But yeah, the stages are genuinely really pretty. And I mean, the first time I saw that one stage with all the pink flowers and shit, I cried and shat myself. It was that good. And also, I just bought a 4K TV for my room. It is sitting right over there. And let me tell you, this shit looks great on it. All 4,000 of it. Okay, so whatever, game looks great, moving on. Gameplay. A big complaint I saw from the whiny Twitter babies was that the game was too slow. They said this before the game even came out, mind you. And I mean, sure, if you play like this, maybe the game is gonna be slow, but that's because you suck and you're shit. Now look at this shit. This is fast. Oh, speedy gameplay. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, so most people won't actually play like that, but you know, point being, if you actually take time to learn the combos and not just button mash or whatever, it's not going to be that slow. Now, I'm not some fighting game expert. I don't know the lingo of all the nitty-gritty details of the combat with a K. But what I can tell you is that the combat with a K is very fun, very fluid, very smooth. All great features to have, I've heard. Environmental interactions are gone, which is unfortunate but not missed, because they are replaced with a new big feature of MK11, which are the cameos. With a K. Basically now, when you enter a fight, you are joined by a little slave of yours at your beck and call, and you can do with it whatever you please. Okay, not actually, you just push a button, they come to assist you. But there is a lot of diversity with this. There are multiple different moves you can do. Some are range, some are like close, you know, like if I was like this, you know, like if I was like this, it would be close. And I mean, some just pull you out of harm's way, like this one from Scorpion. Oh, thank you, Scorpy. The point is, there's a lot you can do with it, and with 15 cameos at launch, there is a lot of replayability here. You know, trying out all the cameos with each different character, trying to find out what combos you can pull together with different cameo moves. You know, it's just replayable, all written all over it. It's just replayable. I'll have you know, half of my spasms aren't even in the script. I can't read, and then I forget what I'm doing, and then I just
Replayable.
Yeah, roster is pretty solid too. There's a lot of characters we haven't seen in a long time, like Reiko, that guy, Nitara, Megan Fox. Ooh, sexy, bad voice acting, but hot. It does kind of suck that there are no new characters, but there are enough old ones that we haven't seen in a long time that I think that more than makes up for it. Now you might be asking me right now, but MrCheesemuffin, what if I suck at the game? First of all, stop talking to your screen. You're weird, you're creepy, I hate you. But yeah, don't worry, you're gonna be fine. There's lots of practice modes, lots of tutorials out there. Plenty of tutorials, like I'm shitting them out after eating Taco Bell. So yeah, you're gonna be fine. Just run up some practice modes, do some tutorials. Be better at the game. That's a good one. It says cheeks back there. I don't know if you guys noticed. Now, in addition to the cameos, Mortal Kombat 1 also introduces a new big thing into the game that I am a big fan of, called Invasions. Now, Invasions is pretty much your crypt replacement, and it's not scary anymore. No more walking around aimlessly in silence, mind you, just with nothing happening and just walking around hoping to find a chest somewhere until... Yeah, but like on a real, that shit scared the fuck out of me. Like I was a baby when I played MKX, bro. And I was like actually scared to ever go into the crypt because of that goddamn stupid ass fucking bitch punk spider. So Invasions is kind of like an RPG thing. You walk around on a grid. There's little circles on the grid you walk on. And then those have fights and shit. You do the fights and shit. Then you keep going. And you do it again. Okay, I'm making it sound really mundane and boring, but there's actually a lot more to it, and there is a lot here. And I am like I said, I'm a fan of it. I think it's cool. I think it's way better than the crypt. No more goddamn. But yeah, some fights got modifiers on it. Those are back. Those are cool. And you know, it keeps things fresh, keeps things funny, fresh, funky, fresh. Yeah. You know, there's a chance you can get ambushed. There's secret fights and stuff. And you know, it's unfortunate. You just want to like, oh, I want to keep going. I want to, you know, explore the grid. But no. More fight. And you know what? You can even play Undertale, which I clearly suck at. There's also talismans. Talisman. I don't know. I looked this up and I still don't know. But yeah, these talismen give you advantages in battle. You can like block projectiles, send them back. Shit. You can shoot fire. You know, like that. But yeah, you use it all up. All dried up, and now you gotta take it to the forge. And there are forges, and there are shops. There are shops where you can buy things and goods and consumables. Yeah, there's even a fucking whole ass element system where some elements are greater than the others. Like Sindel, she has the magic element, and you know, that might be weaker to ice, or it might be stronger to fire. I don't know. No, I don't know if any of this is true. I'm just giving an example of what's possible. But yeah, there's elements. Each character has an element. The cameos have elements. Some are weaker to things. Some are stronger. You know, it's like rock, paper, scissors. But there's like 20 other things. So it's like rock, paper, scissors, stapler, gun. Yeah, you get it. There are also skill points. You can spec into things. You want health up? Boom. Spec it into health. You want damage? More damage. You want better defense? Spec it into any of them. Fuck, I don't know. You can do whatever you want. You're a grown man. Or a woman. But yeah, it really is like a mini Mortal Kombat RPG. Now, don't hate me, but I actually really prefer this to the crypt. I mean, even ignoring my bitchiness and the goddamn... Like, the crypt was just boring. Like, it's just walking around in silence, finding chests, doing boring puzzles. Like, there's just not much there. And even in MK11, like, you got free roam. There's a new third-person camera, but there's still just, like, not much to it. It was kind of boring, mundane. I don't know, I just never really was a fan of the crypt and how it worked. But this is cool. This is engaging. This is much better in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm not wrong. But you know, if you disagree with me, let me know and I'll fucking kick your ass. But anyways, yeah, Invasions operates on a seasonal calendar. It's like Fortnite. But unlike Fortnite, it's free. And you can get cosmetics that are themed to that season for free using coins you earn from playing the game. You know, this season is themed all around Scorpion. It's called something like fire bullshit, I don't know. But like all the cosmetics are fire colors, Scorpion colors. They're like very heavy on reds, oranges, yellows, and you know, some of them are actually pretty unique, pretty cool. And I did cop one of them for Nitara, my baby girl, my queen, my princess. Bad voice acting, but very, very sexy. Very, very, very cool. Now, while I'm on the subject of cosmetics, I need to talk about a negative. No, not a negative, not on my Mortal Kombat game, no. Yes, there are negatives in this game, and they must be talked about and investigated thoroughly. But yeah, there's something I want to make clear about customization, and it's that it's not shit, but it's very limited, especially compared to MK11. Yeah. Fuck. Like, I mean, MK11 had great customization, I think. Like, you were able to change 3 pieces of gear. You can have a bunch of different outfits. And, I mean, you can even change intro and outro, that was cool. Honestly, I miss those. The intros and outros, the, like, little back and forth exchanges. But, I mean, sacrifices must be made for no loading times, I guess. Sigh. Yeah, so here you can still change the outfit, but instead of 3 pieces of gear, you only have 1 that you can change, which this might be a mask, it might be a weapon, it might be your fucking forearm. It's just 1 piece of gear, and especially after MK11, it just feels really limiting. Yeah, I mean, MK11 did it pretty well, again, in my opinion. That came up before this one. This kind of feels like a step back. A little bit. Just a little bit. Just a bit of a step back. Another point that ties into this is microtransactions. Yes, there are Yes, there are microtransactions in this game. I mean, there were in MK11, MKX, I don't know. Maybe? I don't remember. I was a baby. Yeah, MK11 did it too. They had, like, time crystals, whatever the fuck. Little time poopies. This game has dragon crystals with a K. That's how you know it's fucked up. But yeah, once again, there is a rotating shop that, you know, every day it'll change, it'll rotate out. Like Fortnite. It's like Fortnite, man. But yeah, in this rotating shop, you can get gear and outfits that are bought using dragon crystals, and as you can assume, dragon crystals are bought using real money, real cash. Hold up, I think I have an example of that here, because I'm so rich. I can't reach it, never mind. There's $4 somewhere over there, though. I'm super rich. But on a real, I don't like this. I mean, like Fortnite. I keep bringing up Fortnite. This is fun. Now, Fortnite with their shop and their V-Bucks and whatever, it's a bit more forgivable. I mean, it's a free game. They gotta make money somehow. It's a grind. You know, I understand the hustle, being a fellow hustler. But like for a $70 game, nah, it just sucks, man. Like, I don't like these outfits being locked behind paywalls. I mean, I paid $70 for the game, and then I have to pay an additional, like, $10 because I think this outfit for Sindel looks hot. Yeah, it just sucks, but I guess that's the way gaming is now. Oh, my life is a joke. Okay, so now the moment we've all been waiting for. I'm gonna talk about story mode. There won't be any spoilers here, don't worry. But do be warned, spoilers will come in the next section when I talk about Chapter 15. That's a ways away though, you'll be fine. But anyways, yeah, I actually really enjoyed story mode, except Chapter 15. It really does feel like you're playing through a movie. The cutscenes are very solid, very cinematic, and the groundwork for the story, I think, is actually pretty good. So in MK11, as we all know, Liu Kang basically became Keeper of Time and restarted the timeline, creating his own new universe. Now that doesn't mean it's a reboot. Everything that happened before still has happened, and they even make mention of it sometimes. And you know, obviously Liu Kang still is like the same Liu Kang, but the world around him, as it's all new, it's all fresh. But that's not a bad thing. I actually like this approach. It's definitely a new way of doing a reboot. Like, it's not a full restart. Like, everything still happened, and it's a unique in-universe explanation for why this would happen. And you know, I think good. Yes. This new timeline gives us the chance to witness all new alliances, character dynamics that we haven't seen yet. Some characters who are typically on the evil side, like Melina, they're now good. They're now good, and the dynamic we get to see of them being good is interesting. It's fresh, it's new. You know, it's a nice change of pace, and it is fun and neat seeing all these interactions. So basic premise of the story, Liu Kang made this new universe, but someone fucking with it. They are not supposed to be there, and they are causing real naughties. Yeah, causing real bad and fucked up things to happen. Basically interfering with Liu Kang's vision and disturbing the peace he wanted. Committing nefarious acts such as giving the evil sorcerer Shang Tsung access to his evil powers, which he wasn't supposed to have in this new Liu Kang timeline. But yeah, no spoilers, so I'll leave it there for now. But there are a lot of surprises in here, a lot of twists, a lot of turns that I wasn't expecting and that I actually liked. I was staring at my screen and I was going like, correct me if I'm wrong, which I'm not, but fighting games aren't exactly known for their groundbreaking stories, and this isn't anything new. It's not revolutionary by any means, but I mean, I thought it was genuinely enjoyable. I thought it was fun. And keep in mind, I wasn't the biggest fans of the MKX or MK11 story modes. I mean, they were cool, I guess, but it was just something extra for me to do, really. But this one, man, this one, it hit the ball on the ball. It hit the ball and it knocked it. It knocked it over, and it went over there. And the ball got knocked my cape. Now to repeat a point I already mentioned earlier, the graphics really are beautiful and they really shine in this cutscene. There are some shots and you'll be like, damn, is this a game? Or is this sex? Cause I am coming. Oh. But anyway, something I do want to mention, something a bit odd. It does feel like at a certain point in the story, some characters just kind of disappear. Like Raiden specifically was one that I made note of during my playthrough. There were probably a couple others too that I'm missing, but I don't know. Raiden was the one I focused on. So anyway, yeah, after the actual like tournament portion of the game, which you're playing as Raiden for, he just kind of fucks off. Like, we don't really see him at all. I mean, we do, but like barely. Like, after he was such a major character in the beginning of the game, it seems like he just kind of leaves after the tournament, and he doesn't really do that much of note after the fact. Like, off the top of my head, there's only one other scene he's in that he actually like does anything, and even in that scene he like gets knocked on his ass because he's not the playable character, so he just gets like fucked over instantly before every fight. So like he can't do anything, and then you take over and like you're the savior. Wow, yay. Minor nitpick. It doesn't like bring down the story. It's just something I wanted to mention. But yeah, I really was having fun with the story mode. I was enjoying my time. Genuinely, it was a good time. Good time. Before I knew it, I was on chapter 13, chapter 14, and then I was on chapter 15. And let me tell you, chapter 15, I got some words. I got some words about chapter 15. In order to talk about chapter 15, you know, the final chapter of the game, obviously, I'm gonna have to spoil a bit of things, basically everything, every big twist, kind of. I mean, major spoilers, basically. So if you don't want to hear them, you know, make it like a bee and buzz off, bitch. Okay, are they gone? Okay, great. So, here's what I think about chapter 15.
You're a fucking disappointment.
Chapter 15 fucking blows my dick off. Okay, so it's not actually the worst thing in the world. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. Except that one night. But it is genuinely a huge letdown and a big disappointment. Especially after what had come before it. The entire story mode before it basically was like fun. It was solid. It was good. And then I got to chapter 15 and it was like boom! I got hit by an 18-wheeler. Or a 15-wheeler. It's just a very disappointing conclusion to an otherwise very solid game. It's a bummer, but it exists, sadly. So, to explain what's going on in the chapter, basically that fight with Kronika and MK11, it resulted in a big boom, which created many new timelines. Many new timelines. Each of them have a different keeper of time because they each have a different outcome. But basically everything at MK11 happened in each of those timelines but just the Kronika fight. I believe it just like split off. So Titan Shang Tsung, who is Shang Tsung from MK11, basically he comes over and is like, I am going to merge our timelines, Liu Kang. And you know, he's the one who's been causing disorder in Liu Kang's peaceful timeline. He disguised himself as Kronika, tricked this Shang Tsung and this Quan Chi, who is here. I thought that was cool. But whatever, this is a negative portion, so fuck Quan Chi. By the way, none of this has to do with my feelings of chapter 15. I'm just explaining what's going on so that I can, you know, get to my points. I mean, this all happened and was revealed way before chapter 15. I mean, not way before, like a few chapters before, but you know, this has nothing to do with chapter 15. I actually enjoyed all these reveals. I thought they were good. So Liu Kang realizes, oh wait, I'm a bitch. I can't beat the Shang Tsung on my own. I need an army. So Liu Kang summons an army of all the good titans from across every timeline and is like, haha, take that, Shang Tsung. I am better than you. But you know, Shang Tsung's like, no, Liu Kang, I am better than you. And then he's like, watch it go. And then that was probably racist. And then he summons a portal and is like, look at my army, Liu Kang. I am better than you. And he's right. You specifically. Fuck you. So starting chapter 15 off, I was actually super hyped. You're shown this huge sprawling shot of Liu Kang's good Titan army, and you get to see the words, select your final warrior. And to my surprise, it was the entire fucking roster, and I was actually excited to play this. Like, I really was excited. It was unexpected, and I thought like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be the best part of the game. And then I played it. I mean, on paper, it sounds like it could be great, but in execution, I mean, it wasn't as bad as World War II, so there's that. So yeah, it's a shit ton of fights back to back. They each last 1 round, which I mean does, I guess, make some sense. You're fighting an army after all, and since there are so many fights here, if there were 2 rounds, it would take forever, and you'd probably get bored of it. I mean, either way, I got bored of it and pissed off and cried, so, you know, failure. But yeah, like, it makes sense, but the fights just kind of happen out of nowhere. Like, I mean, they're not going to make specific cutscenes designed for every character you pick. 25 or something characters, that would be way too much work. They're not going to do that. So, you know, they have to make one cutscene and then just copy and paste the character model onto that cutscene and just say, yeah, here you go. Here's chapter 15. It just feels wonky. Like the whole thing. Like you're watching a cutscene where your fighter is beating the dick off of one of Shang Tsung's evil titans, and then all of a sudden it just goes straight into a battle with someone you've never seen before until that very second. And the only real transition you get into that fight is one quick line of dialogue from either your character or your opponent. And it's always just something super generic that just feels out of place, especially since your character like never talks in cutscenes. It just suddenly he just goes like, I will win this fight. Like it's very off. Like, I understand why it feels so janky again, because like they have to accommodate every single fighter you can pick, so they can't really make it as like focused as the other cutscenes in the game, but the result is just very janky, and it's just not good. Now, another complaint I have, which is pretty important, is about the final boss of this game. I use quotes because that pussy was no boss. That fight was insanely easy. Like almost every other fight before this one gave me more trouble than the fucking final boss of the game did. Now, I played chapter 15 twice because you have to do that for an achievement, and I was like, why not? Give it a second chance too. Yeah, I'm not some ultra skilled competitive uber god player, but I was barely hit throughout both of my attempts. And on the second attempt, I played a character I have never even touched before, and it was still piss easy. Another thing, here's the kicker. Just like every other fight in this chapter, this one only lasts 1 round. I mean, for all the other fights, sure, there's a lot of them, and you are fighting an army, again, it makes sense. But for the final boss of the game, like the culmination of what the entire story has been leading up to, just to be finished easily off in 1 round, like, that's a fucking joke, dude. Like, that doesn't make sense. I don't know why they would do that. Like, it's just very anticlimactic the way it all ends. It's genuinely upsetting. Like, not even just that. Like, specifically, just the whole package as a whole is just very sloppy, and it's just not a good conclusion. Another thing, and this is pretty minor compared to like everything else, but in my opinion, I feel like Liu Kang should have been the one to defeat Shang Tsung. You know, like, it kind of felt like the game would have been leading up to like that rematch between Liu Kang and Shang Tsung, but no, it's just some random guy who only existed for like 10 minutes at that point, maybe. Like, just random Titan Sub-Zero comes in and he's like, I will fight you, and then, you know, he does, and he wins like in 5 seconds. Even if you do pick Liu Kang as your fighter, it's not even like our Liu Kang. It's just some random one. It's just some random Titan Liu Kang that's in his army. It's fuck. The whole chapter 15 shabacle is fuck. Chapter 15 as a whole just blows me. It sucks my dick. It makes me cry. I will give one praise to chapter 15, and that's the cameos. Without a K this time. Like, there are certain fighters who will appear in cutscenes and in combat, and they're just cool. Like, you'll get Cyber Smoke, you'll get mixed matches of characters like Quan Chi mixed with Ermac, Sub-Zero mixed with Kung Lao, and it's cool. It's cool. I like that. Like, very, very cool things. Like, there's a female reptile that was fucking hot. Like, there's even a whole portion of the cutscene where the combat kids from MKX, you know, like Cassie Cage, Takeda, Jackie Briggs, the fucking Arrow dude, I don't know. But there's a whole portion of the cutscene that's dedicated just to them getting their fucking dicks kicked in. They get fucking brutalized, and I find it funny. Like, I didn't expect them to show up at all. Like, Takeda maybe, because he's gonna be a DLC fighter, but like, all the others, like, it was a good surprise. I like that. So basically, I don't hate Chapter 15, I'm exaggerating it for comedic effect, but I am not lying when I say that Chapter 15 was a big letdown and a disappointing conclusion. And the reason it obsessed me so much is because, again, everything before this was pretty solid. It was good. I was a fan of it. But then they just did not stick the landing, and that's what's so disappointing about this. So, a bit of a negative ending here with the video, but Chapter 15 by no means makes the game worth any less. I mean, story mode is just a piece of what the game has to offer, and Chapter 15 is just a piece of that piece. So, you know, it's just like a whittle stain on the game overall. It's just like a whittle stain. Look at it right there. It's a whittle stain. A very, very sad stain. But overall, I don't think it makes too much of a difference on the game as a whole. Yes, it's disappointing that story mode couldn't stick the landing, but that doesn't negate how good everything that came before it was. So overall, I think MK1 is a pretty solid package. Fun and smooth gameplay, interesting new modes, mostly great story mode, beautiful graphics. You know, it's the whole shaboodle. It's got flaws, yes. Chapter 15 could have been much better, and customization could be expanded a bit more, but those negatives don't take away from everything else that makes this game great. I'm gonna give Mortal Kombat 1 a 1 out of 10.